Let's be honest, most people don't think twice about what they do before bed. They scroll until their eyes burn. They snack late, binge shows, pass out to background noise. Then they wake up wondering why they feel anxious, tired, or stuck. And every night, the pattern repeats. Mind racing, body restless, sleep shallow, energy low. But then there's the 1%. The people who treat the last 30 to 60 minutes of their day like it actually matters. Because they understand something most don't. Your night routine is your launchpad. It's where tomorrow's mindset, energy, and performance are created. Forget 5 a.m. workouts and green smoothies for a second. If your nights are chaotic, your mornings don't stand a chance. So here's what the 1% do, night after night, with intention, with precision, because they know that how you end the day is what defines the next one. Let's break it down. No fluff. Just 7 moves that change everything. 1. They shut down screens with purpose. The average person scrolls into sleep. The 1%? They power down. That blue light from your phone? It kills melatonin, your brain's sleep signal. The endless notifications? They flood you with cortisol, stress on autopilot. The content you consume before bed? It becomes your brain's last meal. So what do the 1% do? They set a tech curfew. Phone off. Screens closed, not negotiable. 30 to 60 minutes before bed, they switch from stimulation to silence. Why? Because rest isn't just about closing your eyes. It's about preparing your brain to detach. They know the last thing they consume will echo into their sleep, and their sleep echoes into their life. 2. They create a mental shutdown routine. The mind doesn't shut off like a switch. It unwinds like a system. And the 1% treat it like one. They don't just crash and hope for rest. They decompress with strategy. Here's what it looks like. Write down 3 wins from the day. Brain dump any loose thoughts or worries. Plan the top 3 priorities for tomorrow. This isn't journaling for Instagram. It's mental housekeeping. They clear clutter so their mind doesn't chew on it all night. They make decisions in advance, so tomorrow starts with direction. You don't fall into focus. You prepare for it the night before. 3. They own the energy in their space. Look around your room right now. Does it look like a place where peace happens? Or is it a war zone of clothes, cords, and chaos? The 1% make their environment match their intention. Clutter is cleared. Lighting is warm, not harsh. Bedding is clean. The room smells calm, feels calm, is calm. This isn't just about comfort. It's about control. Because your external space shapes your internal state. And if your room feels like a garage sale, your brain will treat it like one. Scattered, disorganized, overstimulated. Order outside creates calm inside. 4. They train the mind with silence. Here's the secret no one talks about. The way you fall asleep trains your subconscious. Most people fall asleep to distraction, background noise, Netflix, voices in their head. But the 1% fall asleep to silence, breathing, intention. This doesn't mean perfect meditation. It means stillness. They lie in bed and focus on one thing: breath, gratitude, visualizing tomorrow's success, repeating calm thoughts. They understand that their subconscious doesn't clock out. It listens, it learns, it stores patterns. So they end the day feeding it something worth remembering. That's how you wake up with focus. Because you went to sleep with clarity. 5. They put the body in recovery mode. Most people treat nighttime like their body's off switch. But the 1% see it as the most powerful window for recovery. Before bed, they send signals to the nervous system. You're safe. You can slow down now. You can rebuild. They do it with small rituals: light stretching, magnesium or herbal tea, deep breathing, warm showers, foam rolling or mobility work. Not just to feel good, but to let the body know, now is when we reset. Now is when we get better. Sleep isn't just rest, it's reconstruction. And if you don't prepare the body for it, you miss the upgrade. 6. They do one thing that makes them proud. Most people go to bed feeling behind. But the 1% give themselves one last small win before sleep. Something that reminds them, I showed up today. It can be tiny. Sending that email. Finishing the dishes. Tidying their space. Reading 5 pages. Laying out their gym clothes. This isn't about accomplishment. It's about identity. They end the day with proof that they're someone who finishes strong. Someone who keeps promises to themselves. Someone who doesn't fade into laziness just because the day is almost over. And that small win? It gives them momentum before their eyes even close. 7. They build a relationship with sleep. This might sound weird, but the 1% actually respect sleep. They don't see it as dead time. They don't brag about skipping it. They see it as a performance tool, a life amplifier. While most people resent sleep, I have to sleep, the 1% reframe it. I get to sleep. This is when I repair, recharge, grow. They approach it like a pro. Same sleep time every night. No stimulants after late afternoon. Cold, dark room. No eating 2 hours before bed. Protecting 7 to 9 hours like it's gold. Because they know this. When you start defending your recovery, your energy becomes unstoppable. They don't try to be perfect. They stay consistent. Let's be clear. The top 1% aren't perfect every night. They're human. But they're deliberate. And most importantly, they're consistent. They don't treat nighttime like an afterthought. They don't let their worst habits run free after 9 p.m. They don't go to war during the day and surrender to chaos at night. They have rules, boundaries, rituals. Why? Because they understand this simple truth. How you end your day becomes how you live your life. If you want focus, confidence, health, power, it starts with how you treat the hours no one sees. Not just hustle, not just hype, but how you land the day. Step 10. Give yourself credit for the invisible work you know what's exhausting. Fighting silent battles. Getting out of bed when your brain says stay down. Answering a message when you'd rather disappear. Making dinner. Cleaning up. Showing up. When you feel like a ghost. That stuff counts. It may not look impressive on the outside. It may not get applause. But it takes everything some days. So give yourself credit. You don't need to wait for life to be perfect to be proud of yourself. You made it this far. That already says a lot. Step 11. Unfollow the noise. When your world feels heavy, one of the best things you can do is shut out everything that's not yours to carry. Too much advice. Too many opinions. Too many people living loud and filtered online. So mute the noise for a while. That means log off social media for a day, or 3. Skip the 24/7 news cycle. Step out of draining group chats. Take a break from over-explaining yourself. Calm doesn't grow in noise, it grows in space. Protect yours like your peace depends on it, because it does. Step 12. Do something you've already won. When you're overwhelmed, confidence goes silent. You forget you've ever done anything right. So here's a little mental reset. Pick one thing, anything, that you know you've already done well. A skill. A moment you were proud of. A time you helped someone. A time you didn't give up. And go revisit it. Listen to the song you used to work out to. Look at a photo from a trip that made you feel alive. Reread an old message someone sent you that made you feel seen. This isn't nostalgia. It's proof. Proof that you've been powerful before. And you can be again. Step 13. Ask better questions. Most of us, when stressed, ask the worst questions. Why is this happening to me? What if it all gets worse? What's wrong with me? Why can't I be like them? These questions don't lead to peace. They lead to panic. Start asking better ones. What's one small thing I can handle right now? What would calm me down for 10 minutes? What would I tell someone I love in this situation? What's still good, even now? The questions you ask shape the answers your brain gives back. Ask like you're on your own side, because you are. Step 14. Rewrite what this chapter means. Here's a thought. What if this hard moment you're in isn't a failure, but a founding chapter? Like, what if this is the part of the story where everything shifted? Where you finally stopped people-pleasing? where you finally rebuilt your peace from scratch, where you finally saw yourself as someone worth protecting. Every great story has a low point, a breaking moment. But it also has a turning point. One choice, one day, one shift that changes everything. You don't need to wait for life to fix itself. You just need to decide, this chapter won't break me, it'll build me. And when you look back, you'll see, this wasn't the end, it was the beginning. Final words. Start with just one. I know what you're thinking. That's a lot. I can't do all that every night. And you know what? You don't have to. Start with just one. Pick one of these moves and make it yours. Repeat it. Let it become your anchor. Then stack another. And another. Before you know it, your nights will start feeding your mornings. Your mornings will start feeding your goals. And your goals will stop feeling like dreams, because now you're actually prepared to reach them. Here's what most people miss. Discipline starts at night. And the future you want? It's waiting on the other side of 30 quiet minutes you used to waste. Now you know what the 1% do. Time to choose where you stand. Sleep is coming. Let it find you focused, calm, and in control.